I want everybody to draw attention to the stage. The women's Republican groups are doing an enormous amount of work for not only our state, but in our communities, but for our country. And I want to highlight them a little bit on some of the things that they're working on to be able to do just that. Michelle Hirstius?
Hi.
What's your organization again?
I'm with the East St. Tammany Republican Women up on the North Shore in the Slidell area, Slidell Pearl River.
Tina Payton?
So we're Jefferson Parish. We're right here in this area, second largest club in Louisiana.
I love it. Who's the first one?
You have to drive like an hour to get to it, and we have 8 clubs in our region that you can almost spit to the next club.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's one. And then you, Christy Lynch.
Yeah, Greater New Orleans Republican Women, so we have women from both Jefferson and Orleans Parish.
I love this. Now, what I know from being involved with all your organizations is how hard you all work within the community, but not a lot of people know that. I'd love for you all to share with the community what are some of the things that you all are doing to not only protect your community, but freedom in our state, freedom in our country, and American values. Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of rock it over in Slidell. I mean, we're always putting on rallies, Trump rallies. We had Save America Freedom rally. We put on parades. We had, they helped out with the America's Patriot Parade just last year that we had on boats and everything. We give to, I don't know, Tina, I know you guys do a lot. We kind of piggyback a little bit on your idea with giving to the policemen and the firemen. You know, we have fundraisers a lot. We do a lot for, obviously, the Republican Party. We do forums and things like that. We go out and help with voter registration, just anything that we can think of for the Republican Party. So.
Tina, how about your organization?
So we, just last weekend, did some registrations at a Catholic church. We did 3 debate parties. We do rallies also with play. Right now, Linda and Susie Q are in the back of the room. One of the big projects we're working on right now is we are writing letters to Christian voters that are already registered to vote, but believe it or not, only 1 in every 3 will actually vote. So we're missing out on 25 million votes, y'all. This determines an election. So this letter, it's already written by the organization. It's a form letter. We just address it. We address the envelope and put a little message on the bottom, and we're hoping to get them off their butt to go vote. We did over 1,000 postcards. All of these postcards and letters are going to swing states. So Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Wisconsin are where the letters are going. But our main mission for our club is to get Republicans elected. So we gave $25,000 to the Young Republicans, 10 of it just to Turning Point USA this year. But we pay for the Young Republicans to start up new clubs. We give them money for grassroots training. I really believe the Young Republicans, like Nathan that was here earlier, and Lewis, have gotten money to go on trips or start new clubs. And we just really believe the Young Republicans are definitely a main part of helping conservatives get elected. And then we also gave $15,000 this year, just last week, to Steve Scalise's PAC. It's called Congressional Leadership PAC, to help get people elected to Congress.
I absolutely love this. So basically all your different fundraisers and events that you guys do are raising money up. You're having fun while you're doing it, which is a great way to encourage other people to be involved. But you're not only having fun doing it, but also accomplishing a mission while having fun. I love this. How about you, Christy? What's your organization doing?
Well, we do more boots on the ground. So one of the things that we did last year is we funded gun classes, free gun classes for women in Orleans Parish, because Orleans Parish oftentimes is a dangerous place. So we wanted to have women aware of how to handle a gun. Another thing that we are really on point with, and more than half of our club is we are all poll commissioners. We believe firmly in election integrity, and in order to preserve that, we also look at everybody in our club and say, would you consider being a poll commissioner? There are 500 positions available in Orleans Parish for poll commissioners. There are 500 positions short. Every poll, every precinct should have 1 Republican and 1 Democrat. There are always Democrats, but there are very few Republicans. So whenever a Republican tells you that they're worried about election integrity, ask them, are you a poll commissioner? Are you serving? Are you part of the stalwart group that is standing in front of any sort of an election interference? Are you willing to do that? Also, last year, John Guggenheimer had to deputize over half of his staff in order to be able to fulfill all of the poll locations. So this is a Republican Party problem. Republicans should be involved in each and every precinct. A lot of the times we have older Democrat women that have been in there forever because they were worried about civil rights, and they have been carrying this banner for a long time. It's about time that we get involved, become a part of the civic action, take up the banner, take up the mantle, and do something. That's what we do. We're more boots on the ground.
I love it. Michelle, how about your organization? Besides the Trump parade, did y'all have one yesterday?
Yeah, actually, no, we did. Our club didn't put it on, I put it on. I put one on annually every year. Yeah, no, we do that. But we do that too. We have a couple of poll watchers. We get to Turning Point USA too. When y'all started spouting that off, I'm going, oh wait, our club does that too. So I kind of forget a lot about, what our clubs do. So thanks come from reminding me of what we do.
Michelle, how is your organization working with other women's organizations around the state or even around the country to be able to help not only conservative values, but issues for women, issues for voters, issues to save our country?
No, we do. We buddy up with a couple of other organizations. As a matter of fact, we're buddying up with the American Strike Force right now, and a couple of our members are actually flying up to Pennsylvania and doing some door knocking for President Trump to try to get out the vote. So the weekend before November 5th, and we're going to be coming back November 4th, but we're going to be going up there and door knocking ourselves. So that'll be a fun trip. But so we'll be partnering up with that. We also partner up with like Moms for Liberty, their Right to Life, a lot of some other national organizations, and I'm sure they'll be discussing that too. But no, we do. We partner up, and then you and I work a lot together too, and try to help each other out. I'm going to be taking some of your letters and trying to help out too. We were doing that. We recruited my mom out there, so she was doing some lettering too. So yeah, we do that. We work well together.
Your organization does a little outreach outside the state too, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we actually had some people that went on the strike force to Georgia just last week or the week before. They had to come back a couple of days early because of hurricane. And actually, our club has given out 1,600 Trump ban signs. Did you see them here today? We did it when we did a rally on veterans. We were giving them to people that were honking for Trump. We were like, here, take a sign. We sent 200 signs to Georgia for when they door knocked. So we're involved with, we do stuff with National Federation. We go to those meetings. Also, I've been a poll watcher since 2014. This is my first year. I can't do it because I have to work.
I've heard some of your stories are amazing. I wish that'll be
They do try to put my husband in jail every 2 years. And Linda is a commissioner this year. So we have a couple of commissioners and a couple of poll watchers. But Christy has probably like 100% in her club. We could do better with that. But a lot of people are just more comfortable writing letters. And I think the letters are, important too. If we can get a voter out who's already registered, then we've accomplished the job.
Well, I gotta tell you, I've been involved in your organization a whole lot, Tina, and I can't thank you enough. I know how hard you work and how hard the women in your organization work and all the other organizations, but I've seen firsthand how great of a job you do motivating them. Thank you so much. Good job. Well, Christy, what about you? You have a relatively new organization, don't you, Christy?
Yeah,
you just kind of get going, aren't you?
Yeah, we're only 2 years old, but we try to work with other women organizations. We try and work with other people and other organizations that we have within our area. So one of the things that the LAGOP is going to begin to do is begin to not let us be so silent, right? Where the people that my club don't even know about the pachyderm, don't even know that exists. that they don't know that they can go to the Orleans Parish Republican Executive Committee meeting. So we're trying to get less siloed and more mixed with one another and trying to attend each other's groups and encourage one another and be a part of everything that we're doing. And so we think that there is a lot of synergy. There's a lot of things that take place in Orleans and Jefferson Parish. We're just a little too isolated and we know so little about each other. So I think that that's a good thing that the LAGOP is doing. And also too, I'm able to, because I serve on the Republican State Central Committee, I'm able to bring home and to our group what's going on in the statewide and especially in the footprint for the office that I'm running for, so all 10 parishes, so they get a flavor of all of Louisiana.
A couple of last things before we wrap up. Michelle, what could you tell the audience about what they can do? What would you recommend that they do to be able to help fight for freedom in our community and fight to be able for this next election for us to overcome whatever happens, or hopefully we get a Trump victory, but what can they do to overcome and get us over that hurdle, we'll say?
Well, we will have a Trump victory, so.
We have a hurdle. We have a lot more people. We have to get a lot more people motivated.
No. Well, we keep the faith. Keep the faith, brother.
I have
Keep the faith. You don't really want me to say exactly what we could do to really win this election and what we should really be doing, because you got a camera going on. But and T is going to be like, wait, hold up.
Hold up.
But just like I kind of said in what my speech earlier today, but what we really need to do is just rally together, motivate others. We need to basically just fight back. We as I said earlier, we need to maybe run for office. I'm on the local school board. Like Christy's on RSCC. Rick's,
Well, I'm running for office too. I'm running for the U.S. House of Representatives,
but
so
currently,
that kind of counts.
Yeah, that kind of counts too. But what I'm also saying, like, you're currently on RSCC. Rick's on RSCC. You ran for what else? You ran for RPAC. Yeah,
and I'm on the Orleans Parish Republican
And you're also on
Orleans
RPAC
Parish,
too?
and I
Okay.
serve as the
There's
board
lots
of
of things that you
election
can do.
supervisor.
Right. So there's other things too. And Christy, when it gets to your question, you can also mention all your other offices too. So I was on RSCC as well. So you can run for small adult catcher, as I said earlier. So run for things. It makes a difference for when you run for something. But also hold your elected officials accountable for things. Join clubs, like we're all part of a club. That makes a difference too. And make sure that your club does something, because there are plenty of clubs out there that say they do things, but a lot of these clubs are also just in it to rub elbows with other people. Make sure that your clubs are held accountable as well. Make sure that they're doing something. And a lot of these rallies and a lot of these things that you attend, make sure that they're informative. Like this, we came here and they're actually giving you information. Like the speakers that they have, we're trying to give you information. Some of these things are just there to just be there. Make sure that they're informative. Make sure that they're not just there to just shake hands and just be like, hey, who are you? And it's just not a networking thing like some of these other ones are. Make sure that they're actually giving you some information. So that's all that I ask. And just fight the fight. Make sure you tell your neighbor information. Don't be quiet. Don't just sit there and just, if someone's saying something and they're saying the wrong information, like hashtag fake news, correct them. Don't be afraid to correct them. Say, no, that's not what happened. No, that Trump isn't part of Project 2025. Or this is not that. Say something. Don't be afraid.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Earlier, I'm confident we're going to have a Trump victory. Hopefully that's going to happen. I want the people to be motivated to not automatically assume that we have to fight until the end on getting people motivated and not being confident about it and getting back out there winning. Tina, how about yourself? What would you recommend people to go out there and for a Trump victory and to get involved in our community?
So our club also does a lot of door knocking. I would have to say that's probably what I'm best at. I don't like the phone bank, but I will knock on a door and meet people any day of the week. I was just going to say, people get complacent. You know, somebody said earlier today, Donald Trump's going to win. Well, guess what? We can't take that to the bank. We have to do what he said. Be too big to rig. I feel like we're going to vote overwhelmingly in this election because we understand we're going to lose our country. If Donald Trump loses, I think I will be in the deepest depression you can imagine. You'll have to peel me off the floor because I really feel like we're going to lose our country if Donald loses. So it's not an option. We are going to win this election, and we just have to tell everybody we know, please go vote. Don't be complacent. We still have to get a lot of people. We all know the election was stolen. I don't think there's a person in this room that does not believe the election was stolen. There's no way that a man who ran from his basement got votes than Donald Trump or Barack Obama, for that matter. So we have to expect that they're going to try to steal it, and we just have to make sure that they're not able to steal it because we just go out in droves to vote. And then I hope the first thing he does on day one is pardon all the January 6ers.
There you go. And also pardon all the veterans that are locked up from war crimes that were for political reasons, but that's a whole other story for the day. Christy, what would you recommend to everybody to get involved?
Well, everything helps. Everything works together. And one of the things we're doing in our particular club right now is we have a Get Out the Vote contest. So we're asking everybody to write down every person that you know that's a conservative, because there are a lot of Democrats that are going to vote for Donald Trump. There are a lot of Democrats that are going to vote for me. A lot of Democrats and independents are going to vote for me that are going to vote for Donald Trump. So we ask everybody, then challenge that list. Write some more people down. Write that. And then what you need to do is on early voting, remind everybody it's time for early voting. Get out the vote. So we have a contest for that. We have a contest for voter registration. So we went to gun shows and we registered new voters there. 5 of which on one day were young black men that said, hey, if I register today, do I get to vote for Donald Trump because I think he's gangster? And we were like, oh yeah, sign up today, right? And then also to anybody that we persuaded to change party or to change their mind about anybody. So we made a concerted effort. And then in the midst of my campaign, so this is leveraging off of what we're talking about, I've challenged each one of these 10 parishes, the Republican executive committees that I've talked to, use this to party build, right? Use this election, use this footprint, use this opportunity, because I can give you the precinct by precinct information for you to go and talk to your neighbors. So guess what? You're talking to somebody that's 3 streets over. And the Republican women's clubs that I've spoken to, I've said, use this as an opportunity to reach out to Republican women that you didn't know that are in your neighborhood and say, hey, did you know that you could come to my club? Did you know that you could go to your Republican, not every parish, or your Republican executive committee meeting and attend the meeting? So we're using this as a tool, as a leverage towards the future, not only our Trump being reelected, our President Trump being elected, but a leverage tool to the future, because Louisiana, as we go through this footprint, and I'm talking to all of these patriots of every stripe, of every different type of political party, they are fervent, they are spooked by what's going on. They really are. There is a lot of sentiment moving towards Trump, and as you're out there talking to people, you realize that people are afraid of what they're not telling us, because they didn't tell us they were going to open the border. They're sitting around telling us, just trust us again. We have no idea what they have in plan for us, and everybody's like, I want something, I know what somebody's going to do in the plan, I want you to know the plan.
I love it. Ladies, thank y'all so very much. I appreciate it. And please, everybody, engage with them. Find out where their clubs are, how you can go attend their clubs so you can be involved too. Again, thank y'all very much.